Relax and feel the gentle evening air settle around you. Let your shoulders soften, your jaw unclench, and the quiet of the room wrap itself like a soft cloak over your shoulders. Notice the breath, slow, steady, and with each out-breath let the day drift a little farther away. Feel the softness under you, the hush of fabric, the steady rhythm of your chest, and allow yourself to arrive here, now in this peaceful moment. Before we begin the story, a whisper of how this voice will guide you. Many sleep and relaxation recordings use a gentle structure, an opening to calm the body, breathing and progressive relaxation. A drifting middle where imagery and soothing language build a slow, comforting narrative, and a soft close that lets you remain in restful quiet as sleep arrives. This structure, drawn from progressive relaxation and conversational hypnotic techniques, helps the body relax from head to toe and the mind to follow, carried by soft sensory detail and repetition. Veterans Affairs. Now let your breathing find an even, easy rhythm. Breathe in for a soft count of 3, and out for a soft count of 4, in and out. With each breath, imagine a tiny dimple of warmth at the center of your chest gently spreading outward, across your shoulders, down your arms, softening your hands into stillness. Let that warmth travel down your spine, through your hips, into your legs, and all the way to the tips of your toes. If you like, take one more slow breath, and as you breathe out, feel a slow, gentle weight settling, grounding you in comfort. Our story today begins in a quiet place of stone and silver, where a single tall tower stands softened by ivy and a small window catches the moon. The tower belongs to a knight named Rowan, a gentle soul with a steady hand and a careful heart. This is not a story of thunderous battles or glittering fanfare. Instead, it is the kind of quiet tale that unfolds like warm tea poured into a waiting cup. So, as you breathe softly, imagine the tower in front of you. Its stones worn smooth by years of rain, its parapet rounded by moss, and a narrow wooden door that creaks with a friendly, familiar sound. You can almost hear the night. There is the faint rustle of leaves beyond the tower, a soft and patient breeze brushing the branches of an old oak. Somewhere close by, the low murmur of a river moves like a ribbon of sound, steady and easy. Inside the tower, a hearth glows with a calm, amber light. The flames make small, contented noises, long, slow crackles that sound like a whispered conversation between wood and warmth. Imagine for a moment the small, comforting sounds that surround you. The hush of cloth, the distant call of an owl, the low, deep tick of a wooden clock marking time as if it, too, were breathing with you. Sir Rowan keeps a shield hung by his bed, polished and round, its surface smooth as lake glass. In the soft light, the metal seems almost like a piece of the moon, cool and luminous. Long ago, in towns and castles, people sometimes used polished metal as mirrors. Shields, with their gentle curve and careful polish, could catch light and show a face. The knight learned, as some did in those quieter times, to tend his shield not for war's display but for simple things. To check a small cut, to smooth a stray hair, to see the pale line of moonlight cross his cheeks. Tonight, he sits very still, and in his hands he holds a cloth and a small tin of oil. The motions are slow, deliberate, soft, circular rubs that have become a kind of lullaby all their own. As the cloth moves, the metal brightens, little lines of silver spreading across the round face, like tiny streams of moonlight. Rowan's breath is slow and steady. You might feel your own hands settle, remembering how practiced motions, repetitive, careful, have their own soothing magic. The sounds are minimal, the faint whisper of cloth on metal, the small click when the tin closes, a hush of fabric as he folds his coat. Those small sounds are warm companions, inviting your mind to follow their rhythm. Tonight, Rowan is cleaning his shield because of a small, private promise he made to himself. It is said in softer tales that when a shield is polished faithfully, when every smudge and dullness is tended to with care, it does something gentle and unusual. It reflects the small, hidden beauty of the night. In the long, patient hours before dawn, some in the old stories claim that polished metal can show you not only your own face but a reflection of what the moon remembers, soft memories of the sea, slow clouds, and the hush of a sleeping village. Imagine, if you will, the shield as a little pool of quiet, catching not a storm but a hush. As Rowan works, you can follow the rhythm of his hands. Slow circle, steady pressure, and then the light glide of the cloth across the rim. The motion repeats. Each repetition is like a step down a gentle staircase, each step deeper into calm. Notice now how your shoulders soften a little more. Your jaw, too, is softer. Allow your eyelids to feel heavy, like curtains settling. If it is comfortable, let them close, and let the story paint itself behind those lids. Outside the wind arranges the leaves into a soft rhythm. Shush, pause, shush, sounding almost like fingers combing through the pages of an old book. The tower's stones hold warmth from the day and release it slowly, like the last note of a bell that lingers in the air. Each sound is gentle, and each breath you take brings you deeper into that gentleness. Rowan pauses, watching the shield catch a sliver of moon and hold it for a moment, like a pale coin. The reflection is quiet and patient. You might imagine Rowan's childhood memory, a small bench by a harborside where he once watched a lantern bob on black water. He loved the way a steady light could ease worry, how small care made things clearer. He learned to polish not as duty, but as comfort, the ritual of making something shine until it seemed to breathe more easily. Your mind can follow this slow thought, comfort in simple care, like a soft ribbon winding down and down. Listen to the sound of the cloth rubbing, the soft whisper is close now, and with it, let any tightness in your body unwind. Let your neck be unburdened, your arms loose. Picture the shield's face expanding in the glow, smoothing until it holds the night like a memory. Rowan's hands are steady. His fingers remember every curve of the metal. Each pass of the cloth is a small benediction. The scraping away of day's dust, the gentle bringing back of luster. Sometimes, in older books, people believed that certain quiet acts, lighting a lamp at dusk, placing fresh water on the doorstep, polishing a tool, were small ways to honor the slow turning of time. They said these little tasks shaped the heart's rhythm, reminding people of care. As you hear the story, allow yourself to feel the same. Small acts that are easy to do can be deep and true. Let that idea sink in like a warm pebble in still water, sending calm circles outward. Rowan sets the tin down and leans back a hair, palms resting on his knees. The room feels full of gentle detail. The soft braid of rope on the wall, a folded woolen cloak that smells faintly of lavender, the hush of a book whose pages breathe if you listen closely. In the shield's glossy surface, the moon makes a pale, patient arc. For a moment, Rowan imagines the moon as an old friend, slow-moving and steady, watching over the same hills and rivers night after night. That steady presence is like a steady breath, calming, dependable. As you listen, your breathing continues to follow that calm, like a companion in the dark. The voice guiding you, soft, steady, keeps a gentle pace, and the story moves with it. Slow images, tender details, little repetitions that reassure. Rowan rises to the window and peers out, the shield cradled at his side. The courtyard below is awash of soft shapes, the sleeping barn, the hush of stacked wood, a cat rolled into a fur ball on warm stone. All things seem to soften under the moon's attention. When Rowan looks into the polished face, he does not search for himself alone. Instead, he thinks of people he loves. Neighbors who leave a lantern lit for travelers, the old woman who bakes bread early in the morning, the bard who hums a tune at dusk. The shield, in those still moments, seems to show him fleeting reflections of those gentle lives. A lamp's glow, a laugh caught in moonlight, the curve of a hand holding a cup. Imagine those small, ordinary scenes in your mind. The simple warmth of shared bread, the hush of someone humming as they mend a net. They are small delights, and small delights are often the most soothing. Feel, now, a soft wave passing through you, as if each sentence is a pebble dropped into a deep pool. The ripples meet and slow and smooth, and the rhythm of your heart eases like the sea at rest. Rowan's breath matches the hush of his room. The shield's surface reflects a pale path of moonlight, and in that path the night sees a tiny flicker. A memory of walking along a riverbank where reeds sighed and the sky held 1,000 small stars. Allow your own thoughts to glide along that riverbank, gentle and unhurried. As Rowan finishes the last gentle pass with his cloth, he whispers a small, private wish, not something loud and grand, but something soft. That the night remain kind, that those he cares for sleep well, that the morning come with gentle light. The act of wishing, in itself, is quiet and soothing. Perhaps you have small, private wishes tucked into your own heart. Imagine tucking them safely into a pocket as light as a cloud, knowing they will rest until morning. Let that gentle knowing ease something inside you. Now, Rowan sets the shield beside his bed and lies down, the hearth's glow curling like a sleepy cat. He props the shield against the wall so that it will catch the moon all night, as if to hold the moon's light in gentle custody. He breathes, soft and slow, and the rhythm of the room slides into a lullaby. The whisper of leaves, the faint creak of the wooden clock, the soft crackle of embers. Allow those sounds to become the edges of your awareness, the margin between wakefulness and sleep, soft and secure. The knight's eyes close, and within the dark behind his lids he carries the last image of the polished moon on his shield. You can let that image stay for a while, like a pale coin in your palm, warm from the night. Feel your limbs sink deeper into comfort. Your breath becomes slower still, as if the room itself is breathing with you, in time with the slow, steady hush of stone and wood. In a moment, you may drift further, as sounds grow distant and the story becomes part of the soft background of your dreams. Let the last thought be gentle, the idea of a small, faithful act, polishing a shield, tending a lamp, stirring a pot until the soup sings, each one a tiny measure of care. These little attentions stitch the world into something safe and soft. If your mind wanders, that's all right. Simply guide it back to the slow rhythm, breath in, breath out, and to the image of the moon held like a secret in polished metal. Rowan sleeps, the tower breathing quietly around him. Outside, the night keeps its long, patient watch. Inside, the hearth's embers blink and bow out, one by one, like tiny sleepy stars. Close your eyes again if they have fluttered open. Let the room settle into a softer stillness around you. Breathe in and out. Let that out-breath feel longer, slower, and easier than the one before. Each exhale is a gentle sigh of release, a letting go, a falling deeper into the cushions beneath you. Our story drifts onward, still in the tower of Sir Rowan, where the air carries the faint perfume of wood smoke and old stone. The moon has risen higher now, sliding across the heavens in its unhurried way. Its pale glow spills through the small arched window, laying a silver path across the flagstone floor. Rowan sleeps, yet the tower seems gently awake. The polished shield rests near the bed, angled just enough to catch that glow. And in the cool stillness of midnight, the surface shivers faintly, almost as though the moon's reflection is breathing. Slowly, faintly, a shimmer moves across the shield, and it does what stories say polished metal sometimes can do. It begins to show more than the world before it. It begins to whisper pictures from the night itself. The first image it gives is of a forest, tall, ancient oaks and beeches swaying softly in the breeze. These are the same woods that surround Rowan's tower, though tonight they look softer, dreamier. You can almost hear the sigh of branches, the quiet hush of leaves rubbing together like cloth. There is a damp, mossy fragrance in the air, the kind that lingers after rain has passed and the ground is dark and rich. As you imagine yourself standing in that forest, notice how each breath feels fresher, cooler. The earth beneath your feet is soft with moss, springy and comforting. When you reach out and trail your fingers along the bark of a tree, you feel the ridges like pages of an ancient book, each groove a record of years long past. The forest in medieval times was often a place of both livelihood and legend. Villagers gathered firewood, herbs, and game, but they also whispered of spirits, guardians, and sacred groves where one might hear voices in the rustling branches. For Rowan, and for you now, the forest is a place of peace, an endless hush that lulls you deeper into calm. The shield's shimmer shifts. A new picture forms, the small village nestled beyond the forest. Imagine walking there in the moonlight. The cottages are timbered and thatched, their small windows glowing faintly with the last embers of the hearths inside. In those days, glass panes were rare, so most windows were covered with oiled parchment, soft, golden, and blurred, letting light seep through like honey in water. That glow is gentle, diffused, never harsh. As you pass, you can hear faint sounds, a low snore from a weary shepherd, the rustle of straw as a pig stirs in its pen, the muted purr of a cat curled on a doorstep. Let your mind linger in this village. Each home is small but warm. A loaf of bread cooling on the sill still carries the day's fragrance. A jug of ale rests beside a wooden bench, catching moonlight in its rim. There is a simple, wholesome quality to it all. No rush, no noise, just the slow pulse of life at rest. And as you wander through, you feel your body grow heavier, slower, as though every cottage you pass tucks another quilt around your shoulders. The shimmer on the shield brightens again. Now it shows the castle chapel, where candles still burn though no one is inside. In medieval belief, candles were often kept alight as a form of protection, guarding against ill spirits, or simply symbolizing that prayers continued even through the long hours of night. The wax glows, its edges softening, each flame bending gently with the draft. If you listen closely, you can almost hear the wax drip, tiny, hushed clicks, like beads of time marking the slow passage of hours. Rowan stirs slightly in his sleep, his breathing never breaking rhythm. His dreams, like yours, follow the shield's gentle images. You might imagine lying where he lies, wrapped in wool blankets that smell faintly of lavender stuffed into the hems. The straw mattress beneath is uneven but comfortable, warmed by the fire's last embers. Every so often, one of those embers snaps softly, like a log sighing in its sleep. The sound joins your breath, steady and soothing. The shield shifts again. This time, it shows something unexpected. The stars. Not just the stars outside the window, but constellations the way medieval stargazers drew them. Lines connecting points of light into figures of hunters, lions, and ships. In those times, people believed the stars influenced fate, guiding kings and farmers alike. Tonight, however, they are not foretelling anything. They are simply keeping company, scattered across the shield's surface like delicate embroidery on black velvet. One star flickers brighter than the rest. You follow it with your eyes, and it seems to draw a path down, until it rests quietly in the shield's center. There it swirls once, twice, then dissolves into a ripple that looks like water. The shield is no longer just metal. It is a pool, calm and reflective, waiting for you to dip your hand into its silver surface. Imagine doing so, if you wish, fingertips grazing cool, smooth water that shines with starlight. The ripples widen and spread, and as they do, you feel your own body ripple with relaxation. Your scalp loosens. Your face smooths. Your shoulders melt down toward the bed. Each ripple softens something more, until you are as fluid and at ease as the shield's silver pool. Now the shield shows Rowan a vision of his younger days, training in the practice yard with other squires. But instead of the clang and clatter of swords, the memory has softened. The boys are laughing, their wooden swords tapping gently rather than striking. Their boots crunch softly in the dirt. A crow calls from the wall, sounding less like a harsh caw and more like a deep chuckle. The scene is playful, safe, without sharpness. It reminds Rowan, and perhaps you too, that even the memories of hard days can become softened with time, their edges smoothed, leaving only a gentle afterglow. As the images drift across the shield, Rowan continues to breathe deeply in his sleep, and you may feel yourself breathing with him, as if the rhythm of his rest is shared. The whole tower feels wrapped in that rhythm. The beams creak softly in time, the owl outside calls once, then settles, as if it too has matched the pace. The shield quiets now. Its shimmer dims until it is only a faint glow, like the last trace of the moon on water. Rowan, still sleeping, turns gently on his side, tucking his arms close, as if embracing the night itself. The cloth he used to polish the shield is folded neatly beside him, holding the faint scent of oil and linen. And the silence that follows is not empty but full of the hush of dreams, the calm of night, the deep assurance that all is well. You too may drift here, hovering between wakefulness and sleep, carried by the imagery, the softness of voice, the repeated rhythm of calm. The night rests. The shield rests. The moon keeps watch. And you too can rest, your body sinking further into warmth, your breath carrying you deeper into stillness. We will pause again gently at this point in the story. The next part of the tale will carry Rowan into dawn and the secret his polished shield shares with the morning light. Take another soft, slow breath. In through your nose, hold gently, and out through your mouth. Notice how the air feels cooler as it enters, warmer as it leaves, a perfect circle of comfort. Let your body sink deeper now, your shoulders heavier, your arms weightless, your legs almost dissolving into the surface beneath you. Our story continues, with Sir Rowan still resting within his stone tower. The moon has made its long, silver journey across the sky, and now it begins to lower itself, drifting closer to the western hills. The night is not gone, not yet. It lingers in a deep, indigo calm, the stars softening as if drowsy themselves. Rowan sleeps peacefully. His polished shield rests by the bed, and though its shimmer has dimmed, it still holds the faintest glow, as though some of the moon's essence has remained inside it. The air in the tower is cool and still. The embers in the hearth have grown quiet, now only little beads of red hiding in the gray ash, breathing very faintly like tiny creatures drifting into their own slumber. As the sky begins to pale, a new sound enters. The sound of morning birds, still hushed, as if they too are whispering not to wake the world too soon. A blackbird sings a single note, then pauses. A lark follows with a higher tone. Then silence again, soft and waiting. The tower seems to listen, as though the stones themselves enjoy the gentle music. The shield, touched by the faintest brush of dawn light, awakens once more. Its surface quivers, and the shimmer spreads, but this time the visions it holds are of the coming day, not the night just past. Rowan, still sleeping, shifts gently, caught between dreams and waking. You may feel that same space yourself, the comfortable, hazy space where the body is heavy but the mind floats like a feather, half in dreams, half aware. The first vision the shield offers is of the fields beyond the village. In the Middle Ages, fields were often long, narrow strips worked by different families, lined with hedges and small paths. Now, in the shield's reflection, the fields are soft and waiting, their furrows dark with dew. You can almost smell the rich earth, cool and damp, waiting for the warmth of the sun. Somewhere, a plow rests, its wooden frame glistening with beads of moisture, the iron tips shining faintly in the half-light. The stillness of the field feels like a blanket laid over the land. Then the shield shifts again, and the reflection shows the village square. The cobblestones are damp from the night air, shining faintly as though polished by invisible hands. A wooden cart waits beside the well, its wheels wet and dark, its barrels still sealed tight. You can hear, in your imagination, the gentle trickle of water inside the well, a sound constant and eternal, like a lullaby the earth hums to itself. The vision glides on. Now the chapel appears again, but this time the candles are dimming, their flames small and bowed, giving way to the first faint streaks of light slipping through the narrow windows. A rooster crows once in the distance, its sound softened, carried gently on the morning mist. You may notice, as you listen, that your breath has matched the rhythm of these scenes, slow, easy, unhurried, like the gentle pace of dawn itself. Rowan begins to stir, his dreams loosening their hold. His eyelids flutter, but he does not wake fully yet. Instead, the shield shows him, and you, a softer memory, one tied to the ritual of polishing. Long ago, when he was just a boy, his mentor had told him, "A knight's shield holds not only protection, but reflection. It teaches you what you carry in your heart. Keep it polished, and you will see not just yourself, but what guides you." Rowan remembers the warmth of that voice, the scent of beeswax and iron in the training yard, and he smiles faintly in his sleep. The shield now reveals something brighter, the rising sun itself. In medieval thought, the sun and moon were often seen as cosmic siblings, each reflecting the order of heaven upon the earth. The sun's first light spills into the shield, mingling with the memory of moonlight that still lingers there. The two glows combine, silver and gold, until the surface shines like liquid dawn. The effect is mesmerizing, like watching a calm sea at sunrise, waves touched with fire and pearl. Rowan opens his eyes at last. He wakes not with a jolt, but with a gentle sigh, as though his whole body knows the night has ended softly. He sits up slowly, feeling the wool blanket slide from his shoulders. His gaze falls upon the shield, and he notices the glow. He leans closer, resting his elbows on his knees, and for a long moment he simply watches. Imagine yourself in that moment, sitting by a shield that glows with both moon and sun, its surface reflecting everything soft and good. The air is cool on your skin, the stone floor steady beneath you, the faint birdsong filling the silence. Rowan runs his fingers along the rim of the shield. The metal is smooth, warm now from the touch of light. He smiles a quiet smile and whispers a thank you, to the shield, to the moon, perhaps to the day itself. Outside the tower, the mist begins to lift from the fields. Villagers stir in their homes. A door creaks open. A bucket dips into the well with a hollow sound, echoing gently. Smoke begins to curl from chimneys again, gray threads rising into the pale sky. The rhythm of life resumes, but softly, without hurry. Rowan dresses slowly, pulling on his tunic, fastening his belt, lacing his boots. Each movement is unhurried, almost ceremonial. Before leaving, he takes the shield in his hands once more, holding it up to the light. For a moment, he sees his reflection, but not just his. The glow lingers, and in it he catches glimpses of the people he loves, of the land itself, of the quiet night that held him safely. The shield is more than polished metal. It is a vessel of memory, a gentle keeper of the moon's blessing. He sets it back carefully, resting it against the wall where the sun can touch it through the day. Then, with a calm heart, he descends the narrow stairs of the tower, each footstep echoing softly against stone. The door creaks open, and cool morning air greets him like an old friend. He steps outside, into the hush of dawn, carrying with him the serenity of the night that has just passed. And you too carry it with you now, the sense of a shield polished so carefully that it holds light itself, the quiet assurance that day and night flow together in balance, the reminder that small, steady acts can keep the heart at peace. Let that feeling stay with you, like a soft ember glowing within. Take another deep, gentle breath, in and out. Notice how your body feels now, heavier, softer, yet lighter in spirit. If you wish, allow yourself to drift again, letting the story fade into your own dreams, where polished shields and silver moons still glow quietly. Take one more soft breath with me, in oi and out. Feel how your body grows even heavier now, like a stone gently resting in a calm riverbed. The surface above ripples, but you are steady, settled, safe. Our story resumes with Sir Rowan stepping out of his ivy-wrapped tower. The air outside is crisp and cool, filled with the faint perfume of dew on grass. The mist curls around his boots as he walks, small clouds swirling and parting with every step. His cloak brushes softly against his legs, making a sound like fabric on fabric, hushed and rhythmic. The village is just waking. Smoke curls lazily from the chimneys, rising into the pale blue sky. A rooster calls again, this time with more confidence, its voice echoing off the thatched rooftops. From one cottage comes the muffled creak of a door, and soon a woman steps out, carrying a wooden bucket. She nods to Rowan, her smile soft and quiet, the kind that passes between neighbors who do not need words. Rowan walks toward the well at the center of the village. The well is old, its stones smoothed by centuries of hands drawing water. A wooden beam stretches across the top, holding the pulley and rope. The bucket dips into the cool darkness below, and when it rises again, the water sparkles in the sunlight like a bowl of diamonds. He can hear the faint clink of drops falling back into the depths, steady, hypnotic, like a heartbeat in stone. As Rowan approaches, children scamper past him, their bare feet tapping gently against the cobbles. They are chasing a small wooden hoop, rolling it with a stick, their laughter bubbling through the air. In the Middle Ages, such simple games were common, and they carried joy as pure as any treasure. Rowan smiles again, watching their play, and for a moment the entire village feels like a cradle rocking softly, life moving slowly, peacefully. At the baker's house, the door swings open, and the smell of warm bread spills into the square. Loaves are set on the sill to cool, their crusts golden and crackling faintly. In those days, bread was marked with a cross before baking, not only as a blessing but also to help the loaf rise evenly. You might picture those marks now, still visible, each one like a gentle promise baked into the loaf. The air grows richer with the scent, and the villagers breathe it in as though it were comfort itself. Rowan greets the baker, who chuckles softly, flour dusting his beard like snow. The knight accepts a small heel of bread, still warm, and breaks it carefully in his hands. He takes a bite slowly, savoring the soft inside and the crisp shell, and each chew feels like a moment of grounding, a way of returning fully to the world. He thanks the baker, his words low and kind, then moves on through the square. Everywhere he goes, Rowan carries the calm of his night with him. The villagers notice. A child pauses in her play, gazing at him with wide eyes, as though sensing the glow of peace that lingers around him. An old man tending to his goat lifts his head, nods, and smiles with gentle respect. Rowan has polished his shield, yes, but in truth he has polished his spirit as well, and that shine cannot help but spread. He stops by the chapel once more. The door stands open, and inside the candles are nearly gone, their wax pooled and cooled, their flames flickering faintly. He kneels for a moment in the quiet, not out of duty, but from gratitude. The stone floor is cool beneath his knees, and the air smells faintly of beeswax and old wood. He whispers a soft word of thanks, for the night, for the moon, for the shield that reflected both light and memory. As Rowan rises, he notices the stained glass window high above the altar. The first rays of sun now touch it, and the colors spill across the floor, reds, blues, and golds dancing in little fragments, like jewels scattered across the stone. In medieval times, such windows were called the poor man's Bible, for they told stories and pictures for those who could not read. But for Rowan in this quiet moment, the window tells no grand tale. It simply lets the morning in, painting the floor with peace. He steps back outside. The mist has lifted further now, revealing the rolling fields beyond. The villagers are beginning their day, women carrying baskets of herbs, men guiding oxen to the fields, children fetching water. Yet everything moves in a gentle rhythm, as though the whole village is breathing together. Rowan feels the polished shield's memory within him, the glow of moon and sun combined. He does not need to look at the metal again to know it still carries its light. He feels it in his chest, steady and calm, like the beating of his heart. He walks slowly through the village, each step deliberate, as though blessing the cobblestones themselves with his passage. You might imagine yourself walking with him, your own breath slow and steady, your own body light and unburdened. Each house you pass shares its warmth with you. Each villager's nod is a small kindness tucked into your pocket. Each sound, the cluck of hens, the murmur of voices, the trickle of water, is soft and reassuring. Rowan eventually returns to the path leading back to his tower. The ivy trembles in the morning breeze as he opens the wooden door and steps inside. The tower welcomes him again, its stones warmed now by sunlight filtering through the narrow windows. He climbs the spiral stairs, his boots echoing softly against the stone. When he reaches his chamber, he sees the shield resting quietly by the wall, the sun kissing its rim. It no longer glows with moonlight, but it shines still, polished and steady, like a faithful friend. He touches it once, just a light brush of his fingers, and whispers another thank you. Then he turns to the hearth, where he begins to rekindle the fire for tea, moving slowly, calmly, as though each act were its own prayer. The fire crackles to life once more, small orange tongues flicking up, and the sound joins the morning chorus. Birds outside, wind in the ivy, embers snapping, and your own breath moving in steady rhythm. The story settles here, for now, in this warm chamber of stone and light. Rowan has carried the moon into day, polished not only his shield but his soul. And you too may carry this softness, this calm, letting it glow quietly within you as you drift deeper into rest. Breathe once more in and out. Feel the calm spreading through every corner of you, steady and true. Know that you are safe, that the story has wrapped you in its gentle arms, and that you may rest as long as you wish. Take a soft, deep breath now, in and out. Allow your body to sink further into the surface beneath you, as though it were a cloud cradling every limb. The arms, the legs, the shoulders, the neck, all heavy, all loose, all comfortable. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest, like a quiet tide, lulling you deeper into calm. The sun has moved across the sky, and the village has settled into the slow rhythm of a warm afternoon. The streets are quieter now, the earlier bustle softened into a gentle hum. Rowan walks slowly through the fields beyond, the shield resting against his shoulder. The crops sway faintly in the breeze, and the fragrance of freshly turned soil mixes with wildflowers hidden among the grasses. Imagine the soft tickle of those blossoms brushing your legs as you walk beside him, the warmth of sun on your face tempered by a cool, playful wind. As he rounds a gentle bend in the path, he sees a figure approaching, a wandering bard. The bard carries a lute across his back, the wood worn smooth from travel. His cloak is patched in several places, each patch a small story of the roads he has walked. In medieval times, bards traveled from village to village, sharing songs and tales to spread news, entertain, and preserve memory. Tonight, this bard has come to share stories not of battle or fear, but of small wonders, the quiet joys of life. Rowan greets the bard with a calm nod. The bard smiles, adjusting his pack, and sits upon a low stone wall near the path. He strums a soft chord, letting the note linger like sunlight on water. The sound is delicate, almost hypnotic, and you can feel it brushing against your ears like a gentle wind through reeds. Rowan sits beside him, the polished shield leaning quietly against the wall, still carrying the soft memory of moonlight within it. The bard begins to sing, his voice low and melodious, weaving through the trees. The song is simple, a tune about wandering streams, quiet villages, and nights lit by moon and firelight. In medieval times, music was considered not just entertainment, but a balm for the soul, a way to soothe both body and spirit. Let your own mind follow the melody, floating along its gentle current. A small group of villagers, drawn by the music, gather quietly. No one speaks too loudly, for this is a time for listening, for letting the song fill the air and settle into their hearts. Children sit cross-legged on the soft grass, their eyes half closed, lulled by the harmonies. An old woman leans on her cane, swaying slightly, the sunlight glinting softly on her silver hair. Rowan watches all of this quietly, a small smile resting on his lips, knowing that this peaceful moment, like polished metal, reflects light and calm. The bard pauses to pluck a single note on his lute, letting it hang in the air, trembling softly like a candle flame. Rowan reaches down and touches the shield, feeling the warmth of sunlight mingling with the memory of the moon. The shield seems to hum faintly in response, as if it too is listening to the melody. And you too may feel a soft hum travel through your body, a deep, subtle vibration of relaxation moving from head to toe. The story drifts onward. The bard begins another song, this one about a forest glade hidden behind rolling hills. In this vision, deer move softly among the ferns, and a small brook murmurs through the mossy stones. Medieval people believed that quiet, natural places held gentle spirits, watching over travelers and villagers alike. Rowan closes his eyes briefly, letting the image settle, and you may do the same, letting your mind drift through the glade, following the slow dance of deer and water, leaves and wind. The afternoon shifts subtly into evening. The sun begins its slow descent, painting the sky with soft shades of peach, rose, and lavender. Rowan rises and stretches, feeling the steady pulse of calm in his muscles. The bard continues to play, each note a small droplet of warmth, echoing across the fields. The villagers linger, letting the gentle music, the golden light, and the soft rhythm of breath wrap around them like a quilt. Rowan thinks back to his nights polishing the shield, to the moonlight captured in its metal, to the reflections of night and dawn he carried into the village. He understands now, more clearly than ever, that simple, mindful acts, polishing a shield, tending a garden, sharing a loaf of bread, are not only gestures of care but also invitations to peace. They are echoes that ripple outward, touching others quietly but profoundly. As the bard finishes the final chord, the air seems to hold its breath for a heartbeat, then sighs gently as the wind shifts. Rowan bows his head slightly in thanks. The villagers disperse quietly, each carrying some portion of the calm with them, like tiny lanterns in their hearts. The bard packs up his lute slowly, adjusting his cloak, and gives Rowan a soft nod before continuing down the path toward another village, another quiet evening. Rowan stays a moment longer, watching the sun sink below the hills, casting long, slow shadows over the fields. The polished shield catches the last rays, glinting faintly like the memory of moonlight. He feels the hush of evening settling in around him. The cool air, the gentle rustle of leaves, the distant calls of birds returning to roost. The world seems perfectly aligned in quiet, gentle harmony. As you follow Rowan's gaze, you may notice the soft glow of twilight brushing your eyelids. Each breath deepens. Your shoulders melt into the surface beneath you. Your hands rest lightly at your sides, and your legs grow even heavier. Let the soft hush of the village evening, the gentle presence of the shield, and the fading music of the bard carry you further into comfort. The knight slowly walks back toward his tower, his steps quiet and unhurried. He opens the wooden door, and the familiar interior greets him. The hearth, the polished shield, the quiet hum of stone walls that have known both night and day. He sets the shield carefully back against the wall, letting it hold the memory of sun and moon together. And Rowan settles into his chair by the window, gazing out at the last traces of sunlight, feeling a deep, restful calm that seems to reach even into the very bones of the tower. The evening deepens, now painted in soft indigo and silver. Rowan lights a small candle by the window, the flame flickering gently, casting slow shadows across the walls. The firelight joins the glow, warm and constant. He breathes in the scent of candle wax, wood, and stone, and exhales slowly, letting the rhythm of calm spread through him. The shield gleams quietly beside him, reflecting the tiny flame like a second star. Imagine yourself here with him, seated near the window, feeling the gentle warmth, hearing the soft sigh of candle flames, sensing the peaceful hush of the evening outside. The wind rustles leaves faintly, carrying the distant call of an owl. All is safe, all is calm, all is steady. Rowan picks up a small cup of tea, sipping slowly, noticing the warmth spreading through his chest. Each sip feels like a soft embrace, like the careful polishing of the shield, like the gentle touch of the moon's reflection. His body relaxes further, each muscle sinking deeper into comfort, each thought slowing like a lazy stream. The shield, still holding the memory of the day, catches a final glimmer from the setting sun. Rowan glances at it once more and whispers softly, almost as if the shield can hear, "Rest as I have rested. Carry peace with you." And you may feel that whisper carry to you too, a soft lullaby brushing across the mind, inviting sleep, inviting stillness. The village sleeps beneath the rising stars, the fields resting in the quiet shadow of evening. Rowan's tower stands steady, a place of light and calm, sheltering both man and memory. The world breathes slowly now, measured and gentle, and you too can drift alongside it, carried on the soft, steady tide of story, of night, of quiet reflection. Take a long, slow breath in and out. Let the calm of the evening settle more deeply into your body. Feel the weight of your arms and legs, the soft rise and fall of your chest, the gentle hum of breath filling you with quiet warmth. Allow your mind to drift with each exhale, letting tension melt away, as though it is being carried gently on the breeze. The sun has disappeared completely behind the hills now. The sky is deep indigo, dotted with the first flickering stars. Rowan sits by the window of his tower, the polished shield resting nearby. The small candle burns steadily, its flame casting soft shadows on the stone walls. Outside, the wind whispers through the ivy, brushing against the tower like a soft caress. The shield catches the candlelight, reflecting it in delicate arcs, faint silver ribbons dancing across the room. Rowan runs his fingers along its surface, smooth and comforting. The metal feels alive in its own quiet way, holding both the memory of the moon and the day's gentle sunlight. As he touches it, he allows himself a moment of complete stillness, feeling the rhythm of breath and the slow pulse of life around him. Imagine yourself here beside him, the warmth of the candle brushing your skin, the faint scent of wax and stone filling your senses. You can hear the soft sigh of the wind, the distant hoot of an owl, the slow creak of the tower settling. Each sound is a gentle rhythm, a whisper inviting your mind and body to sink even deeper into calm. Rowan closes his eyes, letting the shield's reflections rest in his mind. He recalls the moonlight, the polished metal, the village, the children's laughter, the bard's quiet music. Each memory is a gentle thread, weaving together the night into a comforting tapestry. You may follow these threads as well, imagining each scene as softly illuminated, each detail tender and calm. He breathes slowly, evenly, matching the rhythm of the tower around him. The air is cool, carrying a faint hint of lavender from the herbs he keeps hanging near the window. The candle flickers, and its light dances gently across the shield, creating tiny shadows that move like slow, serene waves. Rowan allows himself to notice the sensation of the flame's warmth on his fingertips, the smooth surface of the shield beneath his hand, the quiet pulse of life in the tower. Outside, the night deepens. The stars gleam more brightly, each one a pinprick of calm in the velvet sky. Medieval people believed that stars were steady companions, guardians watching over travelers and villagers alike. Rowan feels their quiet presence, as do you, sensing that even in the darkest hours, light persists steady and patient. He leans back slightly in his chair, closing his eyes again. The shield rests by his side, carrying the memory of both moonlight and sunlight. Rowan's mind drifts to the simple acts that have shaped the day: the polishing of the shield, the sharing of bread, the listening to the bard's music. Each act is a gentle pulse of care, echoing softly into the world. You may imagine these pulses now flowing into your own body, spreading warmth and ease to every corner, every limb, every thought. The night whispers softly, almost as if speaking only to himself. Even the smallest act can hold the light. You may feel the truth of these words settle within you, a quiet glow in your chest. Each breath deepens that glow, filling your mind and body with a sense of ease, comfort, and peace. The candle burns lower, the flame flickering in a slow, steady rhythm. Rowan places his hands gently in his lap, resting there as though the day's work is complete, the night's calm fully embraced. Outside, the wind moves through the ivy, carrying the faint rustle of leaves, the distant call of an owl, the hush of the village resting beneath the stars. Every sound is gentle, every movement slow and unhurried, perfectly aligned with the rhythm of rest. Rowan lets his thoughts drift, imagining the silver shimmer of the shield as it holds the moonlight. He pictures the village and the fields, the forest glade, the flowing brook, and the simple joys of life. Each image is soft, like a dream held in one hand, a comforting presence that requires nothing but attention and care. You may picture these images as well, letting them float gently across the mind, each detail luminous yet soft, each memory tender and calm. The tower itself seems to breathe with him. The stones release the day's warmth slowly, carrying it through the room, into the air. The candle flame dances slightly with the movement of the air, casting a gentle glow across the floor. The shield glimmers faintly in response, reflecting the calm, steady light, and creating the feeling that the room itself holds both night and day, moon and sun within its walls. Rowan closes his eyes fully now. His breathing is deep and even, his body fully relaxed. He feels the slow pull of sleep, the gentle descent into dream. The shield rests nearby, holding all that has passed through it: the night, the dawn, the village, the bard, the moonlight, the sunlight. And you may feel the same sense of completeness, as though all that needs to be remembered, all that needs to be carried into rest, is already here, settled and calm. The last flickers of the candle join the fading light from the stars, merging into one steady, gentle glow. Rowan lies back, allowing his head to sink into the pillow. His limbs are heavy, his heart steady, his mind quiet. Outside, the tower stands silently under the night sky. The wind rustles the ivy gently, the distant village sleeps, and the moon glimmers faintly, watching over the land as it always has. You are now fully embraced by this calm. Let the rhythm of breath, the images of night and day, and the soft glow of memory carry you deeper. Each inhale brings comfort. Each exhale releases tension. You are safe, steady, and held in this gentle world, just as Rowan is held by his shield, by his tower, and by the quiet night. As you drift further, you may picture the night's final whisper. Rest and let the light of all that is gentle shine within you. Feel that glow spread through your body, through your mind, softening every corner, every thought, every muscle. Allow yourself to follow the slow current of peace, carried by the rhythm of story, of night, of calm. Rowan's tower fades softly in the mind's eye, the shield gleaming faintly in the background, the candlelight warm and gentle. The village, the fields, the forest, and the brook all settle into restful stillness. And you, listening, breathing, resting, drift into sleep, carrying with you the calm, the light, the quiet joy of small acts, and the infinite softness of night. Take a slow, soft breath now, in and out. Feel your body sinking further, every muscle relaxing, every thought softening, like clouds dissolving in a quiet sky. Your arms, legs, shoulders, and neck are heavy, comfortable, at ease. With each exhale, imagine yourself floating a little deeper into warmth and stillness, carried gently by the rhythm of the story. Rowan sleeps deeply now, his body relaxed, the shield resting close by. Outside, the night is full and calm. The stars shine more clearly than ever, mirrored faintly in the polished surface of the shield. In this quiet hour, the metal seems almost alive, its surface shimmering as though touched by unseen hands. Moonlight, soft and silver, glides across the room, brushing the edges of the shield, the stone walls, and Rowan's relaxed face. Imagine the shield beginning to whisper. Not in words, but in images soft and luminous. Scenes appear like slow-moving clouds. A forest bathed in moonlight, leaves shimmering faintly, the wind making a gentle rustling sound like whispered lullabies. Rowan lies peacefully, feeling the images drift through him, his breathing matching their rhythm. You may let your own breath match it, slow and steady, in and out, like waves lapping softly against a moonlit shore. The shield reveals a hidden glade deep within the forest. A stream flows silently over smooth stones, catching moonlight as it moves. Tiny silver fish glide just beneath the surface, flickering with every gentle ripple. Medieval people often believed such secret glades were watched over by spirits, protectors of the land, quiet guardians of its life and magic. Rowan imagines them there, unseen but comforting, and you may picture them too, floating softly in the periphery of the mind, protective and serene. The moonlight in the glade seems to gather in one place, pooling on a stone like liquid silver. Rowan's hand reaches toward the image in sleep, as though he could touch the calm itself. You may feel the same sense of connection, a soft, magnetic pull of peace, inviting every part of your body to relax further. Every fingertip, every toe, every hair on your arms feels lighter, yet deeply grounded. Next, the shield shows a quiet village square at midnight, empty except for the gentle sway of shadows from the lamp posts. The cobblestones gleam faintly, still holding the memory of rain earlier in the day. A cat slinks silently along the wall, its fur brushing stone with a soft whisper. You can hear it, the faint padding of paws, the whisper of movement, the distant sigh of the wind through the roofs. Every sound is slowed, softened, and comforting. The images flow into a memory of Rowan's childhood, a small garden behind the tower, where herbs and flowers grow. Lavender, thyme, and sage sway in the gentle night breeze. The scent is sweet and earthy. He remembers tending the garden with careful hands, feeling the soft soil crumble beneath his fingers. This small act, ordinary but mindful, carries an echo of calm that has followed him all the years. Let yourself imagine the smell, the texture, the stillness. Each breath you take brings you closer to this feeling of tender security. The shield then shows the night sky above the tower, stars shimmering as if scattered from a silver basket. One star flickers more brightly than the rest. Rowan watches it in his dream, and it begins to descend slowly, moving like a soft beam of light. The moonlight catches it halfway, and it splits gently, scattering tiny flecks of glowing silver into the room. Imagine those flecks drifting down, touching the floor, the walls, the shield, and you. Each fleck is warm, calming, soft, a tiny point of peace in the night. Rowan stirs slightly, still asleep, and the shield's surface shimmers again. This time, It shows the moon reflected in a quiet lake. The water is perfectly still, smooth as glass. Rowan imagines dipping a hand into it. The water is cool, soothing, and infinitely soft. Each ripple spreads outward, carrying calm into every corner of the glade, every shadow of the tower, every hidden moment of the village. You may picture the ripple flowing through you, softening thoughts, relaxing muscles, and carrying you deeper into stillness. The moon itself seems to lean closer, filling the room with a gentle, silver glow. In medieval times, the moon was often considered a guide for travelers, a guardian of dreams, a soft companion in the night. Rowan feels its presence, calm and unhurried. You too can feel it, quiet, protective, constant, like a soft hand on your shoulder as you drift. Next, the shield shows a slow procession of clouds moving across the night sky, their edges rimmed in silver. A gentle wind stirs the ivy outside the tower, brushing the leaves with a sound like whispered words. Rowan breathes in rhythm with it, slow and steady. You may match his rhythm, feeling the cool and warmth, the rise and fall of breath, carrying your body gently toward rest. The images on the shield now shift to tiny, magical details. A spider spins a delicate web in the corner of a window, glinting in the moonlight. Each strand is perfect, each pattern intricate. Medieval people sometimes believed that such webs held secrets of fate, or were tiny carriers of luck. Rowan watches it silently, admiring its quiet beauty. You may picture it too, appreciating the intricacy of calm, the perfection of small, still things. The night deepens further, and the shield shows Rowan a final vision. The moon, polished and perfect, hanging low over the tower. Its reflection mingles with the candlelight, the glow of stars, and the memory of the day's sun. All images merge into one soft, shimmering pool of light. Rowan lies back, his body completely relaxed, his mind soft, his breath steady. You may feel yourself merging with that same calm, the stories, the moonlight, the warmth of polished peace. A soft whisper echoes from the shield, gentle, unhurried, almost like a lullaby. Rest and let the night carry you. Carry the calm, the moonlight, the small wonders, all the way into your dreams. Rowan smiles in his sleep, curling slightly, and the warmth of the tower embraces him fully. Outside, the night holds steady, quiet, and complete. Now, imagine drifting along with Rowan into the depth of night. The shield rests nearby, carrying all that is gentle. The candle flickers low, the stars twinkle softly, and the moon smiles quietly above. Every exhale releases more tension. Every inhale fills you with calm, every muscle softens further. You are safe. You are at peace. You are cradled by story, by night, by moonlight, by gentle whispers of a shield polished with care. Take a long, slow breath in and out. Feel the weight of your body sinking further into comfort, supported fully, held by stillness. Let the rise and fall of your chest guide you like a soft tide. Each exhale releases tension. Each inhale fills you with warmth and calm. Rowan lies still in his chair by the window, the polished shield resting quietly beside him. Outside, the sky shifts imperceptibly from deep indigo to a soft shade of violet, signaling the slow approach of dawn. The stars begin to fade gently, like sparks of silver extinguished by the coming light. A single owl calls softly, then retreats into the quiet shadows of the night. The tower holds its breath. Every stone, every beam, every corner seems to be waiting for the day, yet wrapped in the lingering hush of night. Rowan stretches lightly in his sleep, feeling the calm from the moon's reflection fill him. The shield catches a faint glow from the emerging light, silver and soft, shimmering like a promise. You may imagine that shimmer flowing toward you, warm, soothing, steady. The shield begins to show images once more. First, the village as it will wake in a few moments. The baker lighting the first hearth fire, the water in the well reflecting the soft violet sky, the cobblestones still wet with dew. Each image moves slowly, deliberately, like a lullaby drawn out just enough to ease the mind into serenity. Rowan breathes in rhythm with the calm, and you may follow the same rhythm, slow and steady, each breath a gentle wave of relaxation. Next, the shield shows the fields beyond the village, bathed in the first faint light. Long shadows stretch across the furrows, delicate as silk threads, and the breeze stirs the tall grasses. Medieval farmers often rose before the sun to tend their crops, guided by both labor and natural rhythm. Rowan's image of them is soft and slow, the gentle turning of soil, the quiet movement of animals grazing, the occasional rustle of birds in hedges. Let your mind trace these movements, soft and peaceful, feeling the calm they carry. The shield shifts again, revealing the forest glade touched by the earliest beams of sunlight. Dew sparkles on leaves, and the brook murmurs with a tender murmur, the water flowing slowly over smooth stones. Rowan's dreams mingle with the shield's images, showing him pausing in that glade, resting beside the water, feeling the cool spray and the warmth of morning light. You may imagine yourself there with him. The water brushing your fingertips, the soft moss under your feet, the air fragrant with flowers and damp earth. Rowan's breath deepens, slow and even. The shield now shows the moon above the tower, still visible faintly in the pre-dawn sky. Its reflection shimmers across the polished metal, mingling with the violet hues of early light. The moon is a constant companion, a soft guardian through the night, and now it begins to retreat gently, passing the watch over to the rising sun. You may feel the same sense of gentle passage within yourself, as the night's calm slowly merges into a quiet awakening. A memory appears on the shield, Rowan tending to the hearth in the tower, polishing the shield carefully, as he did every night. The simple act, repeated with care, has carried him through the hours and preserved peace in his heart. The candlelight flickers, the wax warm to the touch, and Rowan remembers the sensation of smooth cloth gliding over metal, of quiet reflection, of small, mindful attention. You may imagine yourself performing a gentle, careful act, anything soft and mindful, allowing it to bring you the same calm. The bard's music drifts faintly into the images, though the bard is long gone. His lute echoes softly, harmonies stretching through the trees and fields, blending with the wind in the ivy and the murmuring brook. Rowan feels the song like a gentle vibration in the air, a reminder that even the smallest, quiet gestures ripple outward, touching others and lingering in memory. You may feel those ripples, too, spreading across your body, through your mind, softening every edge. Rowan stirs slightly in his chair, shifting to watch the first true light of dawn filtering through the tower window. The candle burns low now, and its glow mingles with the soft violet and silver of morning. He sees the village, the fields, the forest, the glade, all wrapped in the hush of early day. Every detail glows softly, as though the world itself has exhaled a sigh of calm. You may picture that glow surrounding you, a soft, protective bubble of serenity. The shield catches one last shimmer of moonlight before it disappears behind the horizon. Rowan lays back fully, letting the chair cradle him, letting the last whispers of night settle around him. He closes his eyes, feeling every muscle completely relaxed, every thought softened into a gentle haze. The memory of the moon, the polish of the shield, the soft village, the flowing brook, and the quiet forest all merge into one luminous calm. Outside, the first birds begin to sing, but their voices are soft, delicate, as if mindful not to disturb the perfect hush. The wind rustles leaves gently, and the ivy brushes softly against the tower. Every sound is slow, steady, and soothing. Rowan's breath is long and even, and you may follow, feeling your own body sink deeper into warmth, weight, and serenity. He whispers softly in his sleep, a final lullaby for the night. Rest. Carry this light, this calm, this care, into all your dreams. The words are a breeze, a whisper, a gentle nudge towards sleep. The shield reflects the final glow, steady and quiet, like a companion holding peace in its heart. You may feel that same whisper brush across your mind, carrying you fully into stillness. Rowan drifts further into sleep, fully cradled by night and tower, by moonlight and memory, by the quiet glow of polished metal and candlelight. Outside, the world breathes slowly, stars dimming, wind softening, water murmuring, leaves rustling. All is calm, steady, safe. Now allow yourself to follow him. Let every inhalation carry warmth, every exhalation release tension. Let your mind drift with the shield's gentle shimmer, with the moon's soft glow, with the first light of dawn stretching across the land. You are wrapped in calm. You are held in serenity. You are ready to drift fully into sleep. The night rests. The moon rests. The village rests. And you, your body, your mind, your spirit, rest as well, cradled by story, by night, by quiet care. Take a soft, long breath, in and out. Let your body sink deeper, your mind soften, your thoughts quiet. Imagine every muscle, every joint, every fingertip and toe relaxing as if the warmth of the tower and the calm of the night have wrapped around you like a soft blanket. Rowan lies peacefully in his chair, fully embraced by the night and the gentle glow of the shield. The moon has now fully passed beyond the horizon, leaving traces of silver light mingling with the faint violet hues of dawn. The tower is quiet. The candle burns low, the last flicker of flame casting soft, wavering shadows across the stone walls. Every sound, every whisper of wind, rustle of ivy, distant bird call, is slow, deliberate, and soothing. The shield glimmers faintly, holding all the calm of moonlight, the memory of the sun, the songs of the bard, the laughter of children, and the stillness of the forest glade. It is more than metal. It is a vessel of tranquility, a keeper of moments, a quiet companion for sleep. Rowan's hand brushes its surface, and a faint vibration of calm travels through him, soft as the brush of feathers. You may imagine the same warmth flowing through your body now, gentle and steady. Outside the tower, the village lies in soft pre-dawn calm. A thin mist drifts across the fields, curling slowly over the cobblestones, the hedgerows, and the garden paths. Medieval farmers would soon rise to tend their crops, but for now, the world is still, peaceful, and almost suspended in time. Rowan feels the hush in his chest, in his mind, in his very bones. And you may feel it too, a quiet suspension, a soft pause where everything is safe and calm. The shield shows a final vision. The moon, now a delicate silver crescent, rising slowly over a distant hill, mirrored in a quiet lake. Rowan sees it reflected perfectly, shimmering softly on the water's surface. The ripples move slowly, gently, spreading outward in waves of calm. You may imagine yourself beside him, dipping a finger into the water, feeling the cool, smooth surface, feeling the soft pulse of serenity radiate outward. Rowan stretches slightly in sleep, his body completely relaxed, each limb heavy and warm. He imagines the village stirring gently with the first birdsong, the sunlight brushing the tips of the roofs, the hedgerows trembling softly in the breeze. Every image is slow, deliberate, tender, perfectly aligned with the rhythm of rest. You may picture the same: the calm of a village at first light, the quiet of a tower steeped in peace, the shimmer of polished metal catching the very first light. The shield's glow softens, no longer catching moonlight or candlelight alone, but blending into the soft dawn. It reflects every gentle moment of the night: the polishing, the glade, the brook, the bard's song, the village square, the moonlit sky. Rowan breathes deeply, steadily, letting the memories settle around him like a soft pillow. You may feel that same pillow, that same gentle comfort, surrounding every part of you. He whispers in his sleep once more, faint and gentle. Carry this calm, this light, this quiet care with you always. The words are carried on the air, brushing softly through the tower, touching the leaves outside, reaching every stone, every ember, every ripple in the brook. You may feel them brushing across your mind now, soft as feathers, inviting you to drift further into sleep. The candle finally burns low, its last flame steady but small. Rowan rests fully, surrendering to the embrace of night and tower, of shield and memory. The stars fade completely, the first hints of sunlight paint soft streaks of gold across the horizon, and the world breathes slowly, gently. Every sound, every movement, every pulse of light carries the promise of calm and rest. Imagine yourself lying beside him now, wrapped in the same warmth, the same stillness, the same gentle glow. The soft hum of the tower, the whisper of the wind, the slow, steady pulse of life all blend together into a lullaby for your body and mind. Rowan drifts deeper, and so may you, carried gently on the waves of story, of moonlight, of polished memories, of night and dawn interwoven. The shield rests quietly nearby, holding the memory of the night, the glow of the moon, the faint shimmer of candlelight, and the first rays of day. It is steady, soft, and constant, like the breath within your chest, like the calm within your mind, like the gentle rhythm of sleep unfolding. Rowan is fully cradled by peace, and you are too. Outside, the forest glade remains quiet, the brook murmuring gently, leaves brushing together in a soft whisper, dew glistening faintly in the first morning light. The village sleeps peacefully, knowing that the night has passed with calm and care. Rowan's tower stands steady, sheltering both night and shield, memory and dream, and you are carried along in the same embrace. Every inhale brings warmth and ease. Every exhale releases the last remnants of tension. Every heartbeat aligns with the calm of the shield, the hush of the village, the soft flow of the brook, the shimmer of moonlight now fading into dawn. You are completely safe. You are deeply held. You are drifting fully, completely, softly into sleep. Rowan sleeps. The shield rests. The tower breathes. The village rests. And you, your body, your mind, your spirit, rest alongside them, cradled in gentle quiet, wrapped in luminous calm, carried into dreams that shimmer softly with moonlight and morning, polished by care and filled with peace. Take a soft, slow breath in and out. Feel your body melting deeper into comfort, supported fully, cradled by stillness. Every muscle, Every joint, every fingertip and toe relaxes completely. Let the rhythm of your breath carry you, slow and steady, like gentle waves brushing the shore. Rowan sleeps peacefully in his tower, the shield resting quietly nearby. Outside, the dawn spreads slowly, painting the sky with soft shades of gold, lavender, and pale rose. The village lies in gentle slumber, the cobblestones cool and quiet, the roofs still wet with dew. The world seems to hold its breath in a long, soft exhale, and you may feel yourself cradled in that same quiet. The shield glimmers faintly one last time, reflecting the memory of the moon, the soft glow of candlelight, the quiet music of the bard, the rustling forest glade, and the laughter of children. It holds all these moments gently, as if tucking them into the soft folds of night. Rowan's hand rests lightly on it, and a faint hum of calm radiates outward, brushing over him, over the tower, and over you. Imagine yourself lying beside him now, wrapped in the warmth of the tower, held by the soft light of the shield, the gentle hush of the village, the faint whisper of the wind. Every breath draws in calm, every exhale releases tension, and every heartbeat aligns with the rhythm of peace. Rowan's body, the shield, the tower, the village, all are perfectly still, perfectly safe, perfectly calm. The first birds begin their morning song, soft and slow. The brook murmurs gently in the forest, dew sparkles on every leaf, and the ivy brushes softly against the stone walls of the tower. These small, delicate sounds blend together like a lullaby, each note steady, soothing, unhurried. You may let your mind float on this lullaby, carried gently toward the deepest rest. Rowan dreams of the moon's silver glow, of the shield polished to perfection, of quiet moments of care and small acts of kindness. Every thought in his dream is soft, like a feather drifting down. You may picture each one, letting it brush softly across your mind, calming every thought, relaxing every muscle, smoothing every corner of tension. The sun rises further now, its light pale and gentle, glancing off the edges of the tower and the shield. Rowan stirs slightly in sleep, stretching his arms slowly, like water moving over stones. You may feel your own body respond, each breath, each muscle, each limb flowing into the same slow rhythm. Every exhale carries deeper calm, every inhale brings soft warmth. The shield's glow fades into a soft memory, a gentle shimmer that seems to rest within Rowan's heart and now within you. It holds the light of the moon, the care of the night, the hush of night, the dawn's soft touch, and the quiet magic of small, mindful acts. Rowan breathes evenly, completely, and you may breathe in that same calm, letting it fill every part of your body, every part of your mind. He whispers softly, in a voice only the night can hear. Carry this peace. Let it stay. Let it guide you into dreams that shimmer softly with light and care. You may feel those words brushing across your mind, like gentle feathers, carrying you further into sleep. Outside, the village stirs slowly, but the hush of night still lingers in corners where shadows remain soft. The forest glade rests in calm. The brook murmurs quietly, leaves whisper under the wind's tender touch. All the world is still held in gentle balance, and you are carried within it, fully embraced by the rhythm of story, night, moon, and dawn. Rowan lies fully relaxed, the shield near, the candle extinguished, the tower still, the village calm. You may feel your own body and mind sinking completely, held in the same gentle comfort, floating fully into sleep. Every sound, every memory, every image, and every breath blends together, forming a soft, steady current of rest. Take one final, slow breath in and out. Feel the warmth of the tower, the shimmer of the shield, the hush of the village, the gentle caress of dawn. Allow yourself to drift fully, letting all tension dissolve, all thoughts soften, all muscles relax. Rowan sleeps. The shield rests. The village rests. And you, your body, your mind, your spirit, rest completely, carried into dream by the soft, luminous calm of night and moonlight, polished by care and filled with peace. Sleep now, softly, deeply, completely. You are safe. You are calm. You are held.